You ever notice how one day she's all in, and the next she's gone cold, texts slow down, her energy shifts. Suddenly she's busy, tired, not sure what she wants anymore. And you're left guessing, rewinding every moment, wondering what the hell you did wrong. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. It's not what you did, it's how you responded. You got scared, you clung harder, you made her the center of your gravity. And in doing so, you lost all of hers. You think love is about proving yourself, trying harder, explaining more. But women don't pull away because they need answers. They pull away to see what you'll do. And when you react with panic, desperation, or neediness, you fail the test. Every time. This video isn't about chasing her back. It's about becoming the kind of man she doesn't walk away from in the first place. Not because you begged, but because you didn't flinch. Because you held your frame. Because you mastered the only thing that ever mattered, yourself. Let's break this down. Let's expose the reason she pulled away and show you how to respond without saying a single word. Not through silence born of fear, but silence forged in strength. Let's begin. Number 1, why she pulls away. Here's what most men don't understand about women. Pullbacks aren't always personal. Sometimes they're instinctual. You think she's losing interest. You think she's talking to someone else. You think the relationship is dying. But often she's just testing the frame you claim to have. Every woman, whether she knows it or not, tests for emotional stability. Not because she's cruel, because she needs to feel safe in your strength. When she pulls away, she's scanning for one thing. Can you remain grounded when things don't go your way? Because if you can't, if you break down the moment her energy shifts, she knows she can't trust you with anything harder. Not stress, not family, not life. Most men fail this test. They start talking more, explaining more, apologizing for things they didn't even do. And that's when the attraction really dies. Not when she pulled away, but when you stopped leading. Understand this. Her retreat is not rejection. It's an emotional audit, a way to separate leaders from liabilities. And if you fold, she'll walk. Not because she wanted to, but because she had to. The need for polarity. Masculine and feminine energy operate on polarity. It's magnetism, charge, opposites pulling toward each other. When you collapse into her energy, when you become emotional, reactive, needy, there's no polarity left. You become more like her than the man she once admired. She doesn't want to mother you. She doesn't want to coach you. She wants to feel you, feel your stillness, feel your certainty, feel your grounded, unshakable core. Feminine energy is like water, flowing, emotional, unpredictable. Masculine energy is the container. It holds, it protects, it gives direction. So when she pulls back, she's not always trying to run. She's checking to see if the container still exists. But here's the catch. Most modern men don't even have a container. They've been trained to seek emotional closeness, to overshare, to always communicate how they feel. They smother, they seek constant reassurance, they replace mystery with need. And that's why she's repelled, not by the distance, but by your reaction to it. A Stoic man doesn't fear feminine retreat. He knows it's part of the dance. He welcomes it, because he knows his gravity will pull her back. Without a single word, how men kill the attraction. Let's get brutally honest. Most of you kill attraction with your own hands. She pulls away, and you blow up her phone. You write essays. You send just checking in texts. You beg for answers. You break frame, fast. Then you try to fix it with the worst mistake of all, talking it out. You ask her what's wrong. You want to process your feelings. You expect her to explain the distance and reassure you. But here's what she's thinking. Why am I the man right now? She's not attracted to emotional unraveling. She's not aroused by your analysis. She doesn't want to sit in a therapy session with her boyfriend. She wants to feel your presence. She wants to be pulled in by your energy, not your words. She wants to feel safe in your silence. The second you vent emotionally, look for reassurance, or try to over-explain, you switch roles. And the moment she has to lead, she starts questioning why she's even with you. Silence is not weakness, it's leadership, it's restraint. And in this game, restraint is respect. Number 2, what not to do. When she pulls away. She pulls away, and the first thing you want to do is ask, what's wrong? Did I do something? Is everything okay between us? Let me be clear, that's a trap, and it's one you walked into willingly. You're trying to create emotional safety for yourself, not her. You're begging for clarity so you can calm your own anxiety. But all she hears is this: I need your approval to feel secure. She knows what she's doing. She's testing, she's observing, she's pulling away to see if you fall apart. And when you chase with explanations, apologies, and over-communication, you confirm her doubts. A Stoic man doesn't explain himself. He leads with behavior. He stays in frame. He lets silence do the heavy lifting. You don't need to defend your value. You just need to hold it. Don't chase or fix it. When she starts pulling away, your instinct is to fix it. You want to restore the connection, patch the hole, rebuild the vibe. So you text her more. You call when she doesn't answer. You leave long, thoughtful messages hoping to win her back with logic. But you're not fixing anything. You're proving that your sense of identity is tied to her mood. Every time you reach out to check in, you teach her this: you'll always be the one to chase. You'll always seek her emotional temperature. You'll always fold first. And that's not attractive. That's not masculine. That's not leadership. Women aren't drawn to men who chase. They're drawn to men who remain unfazed. Let her feel the absence. Let her notice the silence. Let her notice the silence. Let her realize that the emotional void she created isn't going to be filled by a desperate man. It's going to be met with stillness. And that stillness, that's what commands respect. Don't collapse or lash out. There are 2 reactions that kill your masculine edge: collapsing and exploding. Collapsing looks like sulking. You withdraw. You act passive-aggressive. You hope she'll notice your pain and come rescue you emotionally. It's emotional manipulation in disguise, and it reeks of weakness. On the flip side, you lash out. You send angry texts. You accuse her of playing games. You call her cold, distant, selfish. That's not strength. That's insecurity with a volume dial. A Stoic man does neither. He doesn't sulk. He doesn't lash out. He stays grounded because he understands something most men never learn. Her behavior doesn't define your response. Your mood is not a reflection of her distance. Your value is not dictated by her attention. Your masculinity doesn't rise or fall based on how warm or cold she feels today. When you collapse, you become the child. When you explode, you become the boy. But when you stay still, you become the man. Let her feel the consequences of emotional withdrawal. But don't deliver them through drama or desperation. Deliver them through silence. And let her realize she can either come back to your frame or disappear into hers. Either way. Number 3, the Stoic response. Silence, strength, signal. Rule #1, say nothing. The moment she pulls away, your mouth becomes your worst enemy. You want to reach out. You want to clarify. You want to show you care. You think silence means indifference, but it doesn't. It means control. So here's rule #1, say nothing. No follow-up texts, no double messages, no just checking in, and definitely no cryptic social media posts trying to get her attention. You're not a teenager. You're not a boy. You are a man with discipline, and discipline means resisting the urge to fill the silence with weakness. Let her sit in the void. Let her wonder. Let her feel the weight of your absence. If she respects you, she'll feel it and move toward you. If she doesn't, she was never yours in the first place. The more you speak, the more power you bleed. The more you explain, the more leadership you lose. Your silence is your signal. It says, I don't chase chaos. I command order. It says I respond to truth, not emotion. It says I was whole before you, and I still am now. Rule #2, hold frame. This is where 90% of men collapse. They get thrown off. She acts distant, and they shift their entire identity to pull her back. They cancel plans. They abandon their routines. They start performing, hoping to earn attention they used to receive naturally. That's not masculine, that's emotional shape-shifting. And it screams insecurity. A man who holds frame does the opposite. He doesn't change to win her back, because he never left himself in the first place. He sticks to his standards, he sticks to his mission, he sticks to his rhythm, because he knows masculine stability is more attractive than any sweet words. When you stay calm while she shifts, it sends a clear message. You can pull back, but I'm not going anywhere, because I was never chasing you to begin with. Women sense it when you drift off your center. They feel it in the way you text, in the way you speak, in how quickly you abandon your values just to get back in their good graces. She doesn't want to lead. She wants to feel your leadership. So hold your frame like your life depends on it, because in this dance it does. Rule #3. Focus inward. She pulled away. Now what? You turn inward. You don't study her Instagram. You don't try to analyze her tone in your last conversation. You don't stalk her likes, her comments, or her cryptic captions. You train, you write, you build, you focus on everything you can control. Because the Stoic man doesn't waste energy trying to read a woman's emotional weather. He builds a fortress inside himself, one that doesn't move with every gust of wind. Start journaling, not to vent, but to reflect. What did you do right? Where did you chase? What part of you got weak? Then fix it. With your hands, with your body, with your habits. Your silence isn't punishment for her. It's purification for you. Most men let distance pull them into emotional chaos, but the Stoic uses that silence as a reset, to sharpen, to level up, to become the kind of man who doesn't just attract a woman, he holds her without ever holding on. Turn your attention inward, not to numb the pain, but to reignite the purpose. Because when you reconnect to your mission, you stop trying to be chosen and start choosing who's worthy of you. Rule #4. Watch her, don't react. Women speak emotionally, not always through words but through behavior. Her silence is communication, her withdrawal is a message. But here's the rule: don't decode it, don't overanalyze it, just observe it. She's not giving you a puzzle to solve. She's revealing where she stands. Your job isn't to react, it's to watch. Watch how long she stays distant. Watch how she handles your silence. Watch if she returns with softness or more confusion. The Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't send a text. He doesn't poke the wound. He stays quiet and lets her actions write the story. Because in the end, you're not trying to pull her back. You're simply watching whether she was ever meant to stay. Rule #5. Accept the outcome. Here's where you graduate. You did everything right. You stayed silent. You held frame. You focused on your growth. Now, she doesn't come back. Good. Let her go, because strength is not measured by how much you can hold on to. It's measured by what you're willing to walk away from. If she doesn't return, it means she wasn't aligned with the man you're becoming. And that's not a loss, that's clarity. But if she does return, pay close attention to why. Did she come back because you begged, or because she felt the strength you radiated in silence? If it's the latter, you've won, because you didn't win her back. You let her choose. You let the gravity of your masculinity pull her back on its own. And that's the only way it should ever happen. Never chase a woman, never convince her, never argue your worth. Be so grounded that she either rises to meet you or drifts away in silence, and you never once look back. You don't move. When she pulls away, stop making it about her. It's not a crisis, it's a test, not of love, not of compatibility, but of your frame. Most men fail that test. They flinch, they chase, they lose control, and with it their power. A Stoic man doesn't flinch. He doesn't panic. He doesn't beg for attention. He builds. He stays silent. He grows, because he knows attraction is not sustained by words. It's sustained by presence. Grounded, powerful, unshakable presence. You don't need to convince her. You need to command yourself. Most men lose women not because they weren't enough, but because they abandoned who they were the moment she pulled away. So don't lose yourself trying to hold on to her. Reclaim your frame, reclaim your mind, reclaim your mission, and if she returns, she returns to a stronger man. If she doesn't, you never needed her to begin with. If you're ready to stop chasing and start leading, hit like, subscribe for more no BS masculinity, and drop a comment below. What part of you are you reclaiming today?